So now we're going to see through a deeper veil so we can all say fuck you. Okay? We're going to start with remember, this is Encyclopedia of Freemasons. Eloquent of Masonry. Lawyers boast of the eloquence of the bar and point to the arguments of counsel in well known cases. The clergy have the eloquence of the pulpit exhibited in sermons, many of which have a worldwide reputation, and statesmen vaunt of the eloquence of Congress. It's showing you this is Congress. Some of the speeches, however, being indebted, in, indebted, it is said, for their power and beauty to the talent of the stenographic reporter rather than to the member who is supposed to be the author. Wait, that's the press conferences they're talking about right there. Oh, is that why Trump's shutting everything down? Because I'm exposing all his shit and he's looking like the bitch he fucking is? Congratulations. Freemasonry, too, has its eloquent, which is sometimes, although not always, of a very high order. This eloquence is to be found in the addresses, orations, and discourses, which have usually been delivered to the great festivals of the order, which would be what? Oh, yeah, Bohemian Grove. A consecrations of lodges, dedications to halls, and the laying foundation stones. These addresses continue, in fact, the principal part of early literature of Freemasonry. See addresses Masonic. Okay, now before we go, the hall. You have the Moose Hall, the Elks Hall. I mean, it's all right here, dude. Like you just have to understand everything, and it's right in front of your face. Anyways, back to the topic. Okay, addresses Masonic. Dr. Oliver, speaking of the Masonic discourses, which began to be published soon after the reorganization of Masonry and the commencement of the 18th century, and which he thinks were instigated by the attacks made on the order, to which they were intended to be replies, says charges and addresses were therefore delivered by brethren in authority on the foundational principles of the order. They were order of the order, right? It keeps telling it the order. And like I've been exposing, because it's a fucking fact, it's all the Hermetic order. And they were printed to show that its morality was sound and not in the slightest degree repugnant to the precepts of our most holy religion. Holy religion, right? Hermetic order. These were of sufficient merit to ensure a wide circulation among the fraternity, from whence they spread into the world at large, and provided decisive in fixing the credit of the institution for solemnities of character and a taste for serious and profitable investigations. Profitable investigations, proving it's not about justice, it's not about what's right or wrong, it's how can they profit off it. A big fucking RICO crime ring of thieves. There can be no doubt that these addresses, periodically delivered and widely published, have continued to exert an excellent effect in behalf of the institution by by explaining and defending the principles on which it is found. Institution, right? Let me help you understand what this is like showing you right here. Here it is. Institution. Institution and industry, right? Goes right to here. There we go. Institution. Our place in finance and industry. Wait, I literally just broke that speech down that shows you finance and industry, right? Because it's not about justice, it's about profit. There can be no doubt that these addresses, periodically delivered and widely published, have continued to exert an excellent effect in behalf of the institution by explaining and defending the principles on which it is founded. Because they dance around, get away from facts, and go with principles. Because, wait, what is Alcoholics and Narcotics Anonymous? Oh, yeah, principles before personalities. The first Masonic address of which we have and notice was delivered on the 24th of June, 1721, before the Grand Lodge in England. Oh, yeah. It's, like I said, the secret England takeover of America because, like I exposed on the Al-Anon book, you find right there their symbol, which is on the British fucking royal throne by the celebrated John Theophilus Disgullers, not sure how to spell it, LLD and FRS, the Book of Constitutions, edited edition 1738, page 113. Under that date says, Bro Disgullers made an eloquent oration, about the Masons and Masonry. Dr. Oliver, Revelations of a Square, page 22, states that this address was issued in a printed form, but no copy of it now remains. At least it has escaped the researchers of the most diligent Masonic bibliographers, showing you it's a made up fucking lie. No shit. Because, wait, this stems back to corpus delicti, right? No evidence, no case. It's a fucking lie they're living on. Misled motherfuckers. That's all politics is. Lying little bitches. On the 20th of May 1725, Martin Foulkes, the Deputy Grand Master, delivered an address before the Grand Lodge of England, which is cited in the Freemason's Pocket Companion for 1759, but no entire copy of the address is now extant. The third Masonic address of which we have any knowledge is one entitled A Speech Delivered to the Worshipful and Ancient Society of Free and Accepted Masons at a Grand Lodge held at Merchants Hall in the city of York on St. John's Day, December 27, 1726. The Right Worshipper Charles Bathurst, Esquire, Grand Master by the Junior Grand Warden Olim Memenisi Jawabet, York, printed by Thomas Sent for the benefits of Lodge. The author was Francis Drake, M.D., F.R.S., who was appointed Junior Grand Warden of the Grand Lodge of all England and York on December 27, 1725. See, Drake Francis. The first edition of the speech bears no date, but was probably issued 1727, and it was again published in London in 1729, and a second London edition was published in 1734, which has been reprinted in Eugen's Masonic Sketches and Reprints, American edition, page 106. This is therefore the earliest Masonic address to which we have access. It contains a brief sketch of the history of Masonry, written in Masonic history, was then written. It is, however, remarkable for advancing the claim of the Grand Lodge of the York to a superiority over that of London, and for instating a very early reference to the 3 degrees of craft masonry. Okay, now these are just. Oh, actually, we're going to get there. The fourth Masonic address, of whose existence we have any knowledge, is a speech delivered to the wonderful society of free and accepted Masons at a lodge held in the Carpenter's Arms in Silver Street, Golden Square, in the 31st of December, 1728, by the Right Worshipful EDW. I'm not sure what that abbreviation is for. Oakley Architect MM, the late Provincial Senior Grand Warden of Carmarthen, South Wales. This speech was reprinted by Cole in his Ancient Constitution at London's 1731. America, this is where it's important, has the honor of representing the next attempt at Masonic oratory. The fifth address and the first American, which is extant, is one delivered in Boston, Massachusetts on June 24, 1734. It is entitled A Dissertation upon Masonry, delivered to a lodge in America, June 24, 1734. Christ Regime. It was discovered by Bro C.W. Moore in the archives of the Grand Lodge of Massachusetts and published by him in his magazine in 1849. This address is well written and of a symbolic character. Of the author alleges the lodge and the type as a type of heaven. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and stop there because this video is getting too long. But this is like, seriously, get into the history of things, and you will understand how much the bullshit this is. Right? Remember, who's the Prince of or Wales? Like, you're finding all the fucking British royal family, like what they're appointed as. Like, seriously, like this is like the easiest way to decode their bullshit they're doing. That's why Prince Harry, I believe it was just in Hollywood, like I fucking been telling you, but nobody knows how to fucking listen to me. And I'm fucking exposing it all because fuck you. You're not going to hide the truth. Your secret societies can go fuck yourselves because you're the ones behind the Epstein files, motherfuckers. Wake the fuck up. You're caught.